The Cripshare web app offers you a simple way to send emails or files of any size at any time to anybody securely, without having to install any software. However, if you use Cripshare on a more regular basis, it is far easier to use it straight from your email software, in this example, MS Outlook. The benefits of using Cripshare's Outlook integration are: you can send and receive secure email and large files directly from the tool you work with most. There is no need to change applications. You benefit by saving storage space on your Exchange server, saving considerable costs. You can access any directories that are integrated into MS Outlook for addressing messages, reducing risks of wrong addressing. You can use the powerful MS Outlook editor for creating your secure emails so that they look professional. Your sent and received messages are stored directly in your mailbox so that they can be found if needed. Easy attachment of files and folder structures, for example by using drag and drop. You like Criptshare for Outlook and want it to make your daily work easier? Then get in touch with us and we will give you advice on how you can use Criptshare for Outlook in your company. To send a message or large files from Outlook securely, simply create a message in the usual way. To activate Criptshare, click on the Criptshare symbol in the upper left corner. This activates the Criptshare Attachment Manager. You can add files via the paperclip symbol, drag and drop, or via our Attachment Manager. Only when using the Attachment Manager, files of any size can be attached. For the other options, the size limit of your email server applies. In addition to manual activation, Criptshare can also be activated automatically. Automatic activation can take place based on a definable threshold value regarding the attachment size or through a freely configurable email classification. More information on the email classification can be found in our video, Email Classification in Outlook, GDPR Compliant Data Classification. Existing attachments are also added to the Attachment Manager. If desired, you can now add further files or remove existing ones. When you have finished the message, click on Send as usual. A dialog opens in which you can configure the options for the transfer. To make it as easy as possible for the users, the administrator can define which options are available and therefore visible. In our example, you can see all available options. The system shows you until which date the files are available for download for the recipient. An earlier expiry date can be selected if required. After the expiry date, the files are automatically deleted from the server. You can also specify the language in which the recipient is to be informed about the transfer. The last selected language becomes the new default value for future transfers. If you just send an email without file attachments, it is automatically converted into a confidential message and transmitted encrypted via Cripshare. If you also send files, message encryption is optional. If you transmit the message in encrypted form, you can also specify whether the subject should also be encrypted. If yes, the subject in the notification email is replaced by confidential message. If not, the same subject will be used for the notification email. To receive a confirmation of receipt as soon as a recipient retrieves the data, activate the option Confirm Delivery. If the file names are already confidential, you can hide them in the notification email. Various security settings are available to secure your transfer. After activation with an initial one-time password, Quick takes care of all future passwords for the encrypted exchanges between the sender and recipient. For more information on Quick, click on the question mark symbol. The option Don't Set a Password enables the uncomplicated sending of large files without the sender and recipient having to deal with passwords. The transport of the data is nevertheless encrypted. However, the level of security is lower because anyone who has access to the notification email can also retrieve the transfer. Alternatively, you can also have a secure password generated and copy it directly to your clipboard. Or set a password of your choice. The password requirements and the available password options can be specified by the administrator. The symbols below the input field help you to select a suitable password. Optionally, you can also send the one-time password via SMS. This requires the connection to a separate SMS gateway. You can find a list of compatible SMS gateway providers and further information on this in our Criptshare for Outlook manual. If all settings meet your requirements, click on Start Transfer. The chosen content is now transferred via a secure channel to the Cripshare server, where it is optionally checked for viruses and stored in encrypted form using AES 256-bit. All recipients are notified of the transfer by email. The password is stored locally in encrypted form and can be displayed again via the Show Password button in the upload area of the Transfer Manager. So you can no longer forget any passwords. The administrator can determine whether the Windows user password must be entered each time Outlook is started to display the password. Furthermore, you can revoke the transfer anytime. So if you've sent a transfer to the wrong person, you can now easily ensure that it can no longer be retrieved by clicking on Revoke Transfer. You like Cripshare for Outlook and want it to make your daily work easier? Then get in touch with us and we will give you advice on how you can use Cripshare for Outlook in your company. Now let's have a look at the recipient side. If the recipient does not have a Cripshare for Outlook installation, the download is done exactly as described in our video via the web app, which you can see in our video, Send Large Files with any browser. If Cripshare for Outlook is installed, incoming transfer notifications are recognized and displayed in the download area of the Transfer Manager. Start the download of your data. Enter the password you received from the sender. Depending on the content of the transfer, different options are displayed. Encrypted messages can be imported directly into the inbox of MS Outlook. Any file attachments can be attached to the imported encrypted message or stored elsewhere. In addition, or as an alternative, you can save the message as a .eml file and file the attachments to your file system. If the files exceed a size specified by the administrator, they are automatically saved in the file system. The imported message holds a link to the storage location. If the notification mail is no longer needed, it can be deleted automatically after the import. After a short time, the message, including its attachments, is in the recipient's inbox like any other email. A key advantage, along with the encryption and file size capability, is that this message is not transferred via a public email infrastructure but fully encrypted via the Cripshare server. This not only eliminates the number of attack points, but also removes the email size limit and achieves complete traceability, including the delivery to the recipient. Your sent message can be found in the Sent Items folder, as with any other message you send from Outlook. Within the message, you see a note that this was sent via Cripshare. You don't need to worry about the size of your mailbox. Even if you send multiple gigabytes via email daily, messages exceeding a size limit that can be set by your administrator will be saved without their attachments. Above your selected limit, the file names are shown as a reference. You like Cripshare for Outlook and want it to make your daily work easier? Then get in touch with us and we will give you advice on how you can use Cripshare for Outlook in your company.